Welcome to the 2012 UCI BMX Supercross Superfinal Time Trials, live from Papendal, Holland. We are getting ready to show you the top 16 men and women that qualified in today's earlier time trials, but what you're seeing right now is a lap around the Papendal track from the GoPro point of view of Barry Nobles. As you can see here, he's going through the men's section. This is a new part of the track if you've seen it before. The incredibly tough third straightaway, which is ultra tech. As you can see, coming into this last turn, a lot of tarmac here on the track, which means fast speeds and very tight race action. But what we're going to show today, as we said, is going to be the Superfinal time trials. I'm Pete Deluski. Welcome to the third round. As you see right here, here's the top 8 women in our start list. Ariel Martin will go first. She qualified 16th in today's time trial. See her, she's just about in the gate getting ready, and she's going to battle it out for the win. And there is the last, with Caroline Buchanan being the fastest girl in today's time trial. So we'll work in an inverse order with 16th to go first and get things going for you here very shortly. On the grounds of the Dutch Olympic Training Center, it's one of the best venues out here. As you can see, in a picturesque scenery. The track's had some a revamp since last year, a little bit changes of the replica of the London track. But right now, as we said, Ariel Martin will be the first woman to go in today's time trial. There we go. Ariel comes down. 55K at the bottom of the hill. As you can see, it's a pretty impressive first straightaway with 2 huge jumps and another large triple jump. The women, I haven't seen any of the women jump it yet, and Ariel's usually one of the ones that will try those jumps. But as you can see right here, a pretty impressive track for both the men and women. A lot of airtime and a lot of tarmac, as stated. See Ariel coming around that second turn. A technical straightaway for them as well, if for the women as well, through the third round, and we'll see how she comes out as we're coming down that last straightaway, and we'll see what the standard time is. A little bit of a bonk there. We'll hold her time down just a little bit, but a 41.2 will put Ariel in the hot seat. Let's see how long that lasts, as we have the 15 next fastest women, with Steffi Hernandez from Venezuela should be in the gate. Actually, it's going to be Margie Herjenks from the Netherlands. As the gate is down, we'll see what her speed is at the bottom of the ramp. It's 53, a little bit slower than Ariel, as you see right there indicated with the second fastest speed. She goes through that second straightaway. Again, a little bit less jump action for the women, but with that green helmet pops out, that means it's going to be the fastest time at that part of the track. And right now, she's going to hold that honor. A little bit of a tank slapper there, which will slow her down just a little bit, but we'll see how when she comes out of this turn from the next speed zone. You can see right there she's off the pace just a tad, and see if she's able to make it up through this third straightaway and this out of the last turn, and see how she's able to keep up down the last straightaway and what her overall time will be. She comes across the line. I believe she's going to be in that second place spot. Yes, she's off by a second and a little bit. So as we get ready, next rider up will be Magali Portier from France, one of the best riders on the circuit. Second place at the last stop of the UCI BMX Supercross in Norway just 1 month ago, and today she qualifies 14th, and we'll see how things pan out for her as we get ready to drop her in the Superfinal time trial. Looks like she actually just wants to roll out, so we'll see. Haven't really seen this before, so we'll see. Don't know what the case is, but obviously she's going to have a DNF or disqualified for cutting the course, but I guess she's saving it for tomorrow's race action. That will leave Ariel Martin in our leader's hot seat with just Next rider up is going to be Tegan O'Keefe from South Africa. Tegan trains at the UCI Cycle Center in Switzerland. Great program that's run by ex-BMX racer Thomas Allier, one of the world's top pros in his day, and now he is the coach for that UCI cycling training program. Tegan's really come along in the last few years, from junior world champion now to being in the elite women's class. We'll see how her time stacks up right now against Ariel Martin, who leads with that 41.2. See right there, 57.2. Ariel's time was a 56, so she's going to have that fastest time. She looks really good down that first straightaway. An over jump right there may cost her just a little bit, but as that green helmet pops up, as we said, that means she does have the fastest time coming out of the first turn. So we'll see how the rest of the track goes. For a little bit of a stall there, might hold her up, but let's see how she's able to get through the second half of this track. As you can see right there, that little bit of a bonk and then that bobble down the straightaway will cost a lot of time, and you see she's a full second behind. So we'll see if she's able to make any time up through this little bit of pedally section. A little bit of a hang up there as well is not going to help her time. She comes across the line. She's going to sit in third place, 1.6 seconds off of Ariel's time, who is the current leader. As you can see right there, there's Ariel. She's in her own hot seat on her trainer, cooling down, waiting. As you can see, the flags flying here. Is a slight wind, nothing too bad. It does get a little bit windy here sometimes, but right now the wind hasn't affected anything, and the race action's been great as we've been going through these time trials. Next up from the Czech Republic will be Anita Halakova, impressive rider on the Supercross circuit, and let's see if she's able to battle Ariel's top time so far as she gets ready for her Superfinal time trial start. Gate drops, and let's see her speed at the bottom. It's going to be 55.3, as you see right there, that second place spot. She gets a good jump down the first straightaway. See how she gets over this jump, pretty smooth. She's able to suck up that second part of the triple step jump, and she's going to come out of the turn. She's not going to have the fastest time, but don't let that fool you, because this rider can really make up a lot of time through these rhythm sections, perfect backsides, and getting a smooth style right there. Looks like she got over those jumps pretty good. She may be able to battle Ariel's time. As you see right there, she does have the fastest time by just 8/1000ths of a second. See if she's able to carry that on. A little bit of a bump there, but she's able to carry through. Looks pretty good. See, this is going to be real decisive here if she's going to be able to challenge that overall time. Second place, just off by 15/100ths of a second. An impressive ride for Aneta. And as she goes through, Ariel still leads in the command with that top spot. The times here are very, very close, as this is a really long track, so this is going to be not only a test of skill, but of endurance. And a rider to have both those attributes will be up next. Elise Post from the United States of America. She's loaded in the gate, looking to best the time of Ariel Martin here in Papendal, Holland, for round 3, UCI BMX Supercross. Gate is down, and let's see what Elise's time is at the bottom. 55.6. That's just off Ariel's speed, so we'll see if she's able to keep this smooth lap that she has going right now. She's able to get pretty good backside. I wouldn't be surprised. There it is. The green helmet pops up, and let's see how she gets down this technical second straightaway for the women. Pretty far jumps, back and forth, and this is a pretty far jump right here with that tarmac. She got a perfect backside on that, so I believe she's going to have a good time. We'll see right here on that split. You see her, she had the lead. The split went away too fast, but that green indicates that she had the fastest line. Looks pretty good, so I think this could be a battle with Ariel's time if she gets down this straightaway pretty good. A little bit of a hang up there, perfect there. Let's see what her time is. Cranks to the line. There's going to be your new leader by a full 2.3. Elise Post is going to take over that hot spot and relieve Ariel Martin from the hot seat, but now it's going to be Elise Post with a 39.8, today's fastest time so far for the elite women in this Superfinal time trial. Elise there with the coach of the USA cycling team, James Herrera, as well as the director, Mr. Michael King. A lot of great support from a lot of the countries out here, and right now we're going to get ready to see one of the great riders on the Supercross circuit, Eva Aliud from France, as she's loaded in the gate for her chance to take to the course for the Superfinal time trial. Eva's in the gate, getting ready, and we're going to wait for the gate call to go at any moment. The gate is down and Ava comes down. Let's see what her time is. Second fastest, so that's going to be a good indication of how tight the battle is going to be with these women. A little bit of a bonk there. Let's see if she's able to overcome that coming out of that first turn. Doesn't look like she's going to get the fastest time, but does a lot of track to make it up. And this second straightaway is ultra important for the women. As you saw, Elise got through there perfect. And right there, you can see Ava hang a little bit of a hang up. That's going to cause her not to be able to jump that third big jump into the second turn. And that's going to hold her back by a second and a half, put her in the fourth place position overall. And in this super final time trial, it's all about the top spot. There's only one person that stands atop the podium at the end of it, just first place. Second place doesn't cut it. This is all about the fastest point A to point B on an individual status. And as you see right there, fourth place for Ava. Not what she's looking for. Like I said, all these girls want what that girl right there, Elise Post, has, and that is to be in the hot seat area and a leader going into tomorrow's race action. The winner of the super final time trial does get gate pick, goes by the overall finish in today's, and first place gets the gate pick, and then it goes so on by the overall finish of today's super final time trial for the motos. Next up is going to be Manon Valentino from France, as she's loading the gate, a winner on last year's 2011 series of stop number 1 in South Africa. Manon's been one of the riders always to have a breakthrough performance, and let's see if she's able to uncork a hot lap today in Papendal. As she's at the bottom of the hill, as you see right there, 57.9. That's the fastest speed for any of the women right now. She gets over that second straightaway good. A little bit of a slow right there. Let's see if that was working out for her, and it does. That green helmet pops up. The green helmet pops up, fastest rider, and she gets down this second straightaway. She's going to have a really good run if she's able to get out. No, unfortunately, she's going to roll that jump into the second turn, and that's not going to be the fastest way around the track. Let's see how much of a difference it is. You see right there, it's 0.74 of a second. Really does take a lot away from that one individual jump, and we'll see if Manon is able to come close to that first place right there. A little bit of a bobble. She's going to shut it down as she comes across the line. It's going to be second with all those bobbles, still in that second place spot. Pretty good run from Manon, but still Elise Post from the United States of America is your leader of today's super final time trial for the elite women.
Taking second this afternoon so far in the superfinals of the ladies time trial.
So there is your current leader. As we said, Elise Post. As the next rider up, I believe, is going to be Lauren Smulders from the Netherlands. As you can see, the overall view of this incredible track. When the men hit the course, you're going to see a whole different animal, as it's one of the biggest and baddest and most technical tracks, as well as wide open and fast. And all the riders agree that this is the perfect blend of BMX racing on the Supercross track. But as we'll get ready to see Lauren Smulders' lap around here, what may be her local track, but it is definitely her local Supercross track. See if she gets around this track. Fourth place at the bottom of the hill. Don't let that time fool you, because there's a lot of places to be able to make up time on the track, and we'll see if Laura is able to do that. Green helmet pops up, and that means she does have the fastest time. Let's see if she's able to keep that pace around there. A slight bobble, that's going to end any chance, I believe, at the top spot, but we'll see how she's able to negotiate the rest of this track as she comes around it. Fifth place is definitely not going to cut it, and she's not going to be able to make up that time. So at this point, she's just going to get a half lap round to get her last little bit of familiarity with the track before tomorrow's 8-rider head-to-head race action. Fifth overall for Laura, and that's still going to leave Elise Post in the top seat for today's super final time trial. As Elise Post sits there from the United States in that top spot, next up is going to be Brooke Crane from the USA. Brooke's been one of the top riders on the circuit this year, and she's looking right now to best up the time of countryman and teammate Elise Post. And she's loaded in the gate, waiting for her chance to attack the track here in Papendal. Excuse me. The gate is down and Brooke is cranking down that first straight. As you can see, second fastest time, but she's known as one of the most stylish riders and one of the best jumpers out there. So we'll see how she's able to negotiate the track. Right there is not going to be one of her best attributes down the straightaway, as she hit that jump a little bit too fast, came unclipped, and right there she's calling it quits. She's just going to roll around the track, and she'll be back for race action tomorrow.
Just regaining,
or maybe not. She looks like she injured herself slightly. As you saw what she did, she just hit that jump going into the first straightaway, and she might have had her legs stiffed out, and not only did it unclip it, but looks like maybe a slight injury. So we'll see how things finish up for Brooke Crane, as that will end her run at today's Super Final time trial overall spot. The weather here is really nice compared to what we started out the week. I arrived here on Tuesday and it was raining every day, pretty much on and off all day. Actually, it was sprinkling just a little bit slightly this morning during the warm-up today, but it's turned into a nice day with the sun popping out. We got some blue skies and very slight wind, which the wind here is one of those elements you can't control to affect the ride on the track, especially on the men's side, because the men have a little bit bigger jumping sections, and it does play havoc with some of the riders as they try to negotiate the fastest way around the track here in the Netherlands. So as we said, unfortunately for Brooke Crane, that's going to end her quest at the top spot. But next up, going for the top spot in today's super final time trial, will be Steffi Hernandez from Venezuela. She's loaded in the gate. She's just waiting for the medical crew to assist Brooke Crane off the track. She looks to be okay, but they're going to just check her out, make sure everything's fine, as we get ready to get back to the race action for today's super final time trial. Stop number 3, the 2012 UCI BMX Supercross circuit. One of the most important stops for a lot of riders, because this is the last Supercross before the Olympic Games. As the gate goes down, we'll see how Steffi's lap works out for her. Second fastest time. She gets down that first straightaway pretty good. She's also known for her jumping skills. Right there, she slows up to get a smooth run over that triple step jump, and we'll see how she's able to get down this second straightaway. This jump right here is the decider for the women. She gets over it pretty good, so we'll see if she's able to clear this jump. She gets over it, hangs up just a slight bit, but as she comes out of that turn, we'll see where she's ranked in times. Second right now, 0.7 of a second off. We'll see if she's able to, a little ball right there is definitely not going to help, but she's a strong rider. She's always seems to have the endurance to get around these tracks in a good format. As she gets up, she's going to challenge that top spot, but she's going to be off, and she's going to finish fifth overall in today's super final time trial at this point, with just 5 riders left. Will it be Elise Post who's able to post up the fastest time for today's time trial, or will it be one of the next riders up? There's 5 strong riders up, and next up is going to be Laetitia Lecourget from France, as she's loaded in the gate for her chance to take a hot lap around the Papendal Supercross track. She's getting ready. As she gets ready, the gate call is on its way, and we'll see how Laetitia's run goes for her around the Supercross track here in the Netherlands. Gates down, and we'll see what her speed is at the bottom. It's going to be the fastest speed, was she's in that first place position. So we'll see. It seems right here these girls just a little bit too fast to get over that triple jump smoothly, and a little bit too slow, or not really going for it to jump it all in one speed. But we'll see right here a little bit of a hang up there. I believe that's going to cost her being able to jump into that, and that's a decisive jump for these women if they want to have the fastest time. But we'll see where it puts her. That's going to move her back almost a full second and a half. And that little bobble right there would probably seal the deal for her not to be able to challenge the fastest time, which is currently Elise Post. But Laetitia's going to come around the track, finish it off, and she's going to wind up with the 6th fastest time as of right now.
So there she is, Lecourget coming through. Elise Post still on the hot seat. 4 ladies.
So with just 4 ladies left, we'll see if Elise Post is able to have the top spot and sit in that hot seat for the remainder. But these 4 girls left will do everything in their power to get around that. And next up is going to be Jona Horakova from the Czech Republic, another one of the top women on the Supercross circuit. She's loaded in the gate, she's focused, she's ready to take her shot at that top spot and be the fastest woman in today's Supercross Superfinal. The gate call's under its way, and let's see how she's able to do. The gate's down, and there she has the 11th fastest time. So this is where those numbers may not mean so much, because obviously she did have a great run in her Superfinal. It's how she negotiates these next 2 straightaways, and right now she looks like she got around that triple jump pretty good. Let's see, like we said, this is the decisive second straightaway right here. She's known as a jumper. She got perfect backside on that, but unfortunately she's not going to jump that step up jump into that second turn. So she's going to come around and she's going to have a top 6 time, but it's not going to be able to challenge for the top seat. And so right now, Elise Post, it looks like she's going to be safe with just 3 girls left after this. We'll see how Jana's time finishes up with that little bit of a roll through there. 5th fastest time. Not what she wants, because she wants what Elise Post has with that top seat. 3 girls left. Let's see who, if any, are able to take over the top spot. Next up will be Gabrielle Diaz from Argentina. This woman's been on the Supercross circuit since its inception, was in the first Olympic Games in 2008, and she's looking to make her way into the next one in August in London. And that's what all these riders are here today, gaining valuable points on that quest to the Olympic Games. Right now, Gabrielle's only thinking about taking that top spot in today's Superfinal. Let's see if she's able to do it, as we are getting ready to see the last 3 women for today's Superfinal time trial shootout. Will Gabrielle be able to put up a faster time than Elise Post? We're going to know right here in about 31 seconds as she's going around the track. 3rd fastest speed at the bottom of the hill. She gets over these jumps pretty good. Let's see how she's able to negotiate this first turn. It's a little bit tricky right there, as you can see, for the women going over that triple jump, but this second straightaway is the decider. If she's able to get through here clean, she's going to have a chance to battle that top spot. And right here, it looks like she's going to negotiate all 3 of those jumps pretty decently. Hangs up just a little bit, but there's a pretty big distance between most of the girls. 4th place right now. Will she be able to make it up? I don't think so, but let's see. As she comes around this last turn, it's going to be all about cranking the power and getting over these last 2 sets of doubles pretty smooth, and she has a smooth time, but it's not going to be fastest one. She's going to be in that 6th place position overall. Elise Post still sits in that top spot with just 2 women left. We'll see if she's able to overcome something she hasn't done before and take that top spot in the Superfinal. But next up, we have 2 incredible women in the gate, especially from the Czech Republic. Seems to have dominated these time trial formats, and the next girl up is going to be one of those who's always seemed to be up there when it comes time for head-to-head battles in that Superfinal time trial, and it's going to be Romana Labakova from the Czech Republic. She's loaded in the gate. She's got her eyes set on that leader seat, and with just 2 girls left, she has a good chance to see if those yellow shoes can pedal around way to gold at the finish line. We'll wait as the gate call is on its way to start of her Superfinal. The gate is down, and we see Romana has the 3rd fastest speed at the bottom of the ramp, but we'll see how she negotiates the rest of this track. She has a pretty good run. There's definitely no wind going on right now, so she's going to have a clear run. And like I said, this second straightaway is a tricky part for these women, and that's been what has been to look as the decision between the fastest and not fastest lap. And right there, rolling that jump, I believe will not give her a shot at getting that fastest time. So it's just going to come down to the last woman to try to break that time. But right now, Romana's just going to get another run around the track. She's going to crank her hardest down to the finish line. And I believe she's going to be happy with this run, but not as happy as Elise Post, because Elise Post still sits in the leader seat with 1 woman left to challenge her time. But the next rider up, Caroline Buchanan, has been unstoppable in these Superfinal time trials so far this year, winning first 2 rounds as well as the final and our last stop in Norway. So it's going to be a head-to-head battle at this point between Elise Post and Caroline Buchanan for the top spot in today's Superfinal time trial from stop number 3 in Papendal, Holland for the UCI BMX Supercross circuit, presented to you by GoPro, Oakley, Red Bull, Liat, Troy Lee Designs, and a host of others. But right now it's about the battle between Caroline Buchanan and Elise Post for today's fastest spot in the elite women's class here. The gate is down. We'll see what Caroline speeds at the bottom of that ramp. 6th fastest. So like we said, that could be a little bit of a disillusion. We'll see the rest of her run because Caroline's known for being a great finisher, always coming back from behind. And even there, you see the green helmet pops up. She made up a lot of speed down that first straightaway. Like we said, the second straightaway is going to be the decider. So far, she's got it point on perfectly. A little bit of a hang up there, but I still believe she's going to come out of this turn with the green helmet. And well, let's see. She is in that top spot right there. A little bit of a hang up. Let's see if she's able to come back from it. She has a slight lead, and this is where she's the strongest. Green helmet in that last turn. She's going to challenge Elise Post for that top spot. As she comes across the line, she is going to have the fastest time by over half a second. It's going to be Caroline Buchanan with another win in the Superfinal time trial. This is going to be 3 for 3 for her for this season, with another victory in the Superfinal. Caroline Buchanan is today's fastest woman on the Papendal Supercross track, as you can see right here, with that fast time. Like we said, that's going to give her not only the confidence knowing that she rode a perfect lap, but she's going to get first gate pick tomorrow when she starts to get in her motos, and then from there on she's going to hopefully be in control of the rest of the day's race action. For the top 32 women that qualified here today, they'll get bracketed into 4 motos of 8, and they'll battle it all the way down to the top 8 and have that one run lap for the overall victory in this weekend's UCI BMX Supercross circuit, stop number 3. So now we will get ready for the men. As you can see right here, there is the finishing results. As you said, there's no podium for the overall Superfinals except for the top spot, and that's going to be Caroline Buchanan. Unfortunately for Elise Post, she's just off the mark, but still impressive run. That's going to give her a lot of confidence, as well as Madden Valentino, Ariel Martin, Anita Halakova, Jana Horakova, Gabrielle Diaz, as those are your top 7 finishers from today. Laura Smulders, onze Nederlandse dame, plaats 11. Eva Aliut, Maartje Herrijgers, fantastisch, plaats 13. We kijken naar ook. So there are your overall. We have those 2 DNFs. Brooke Crane, who looked to have a slight little bobble on the track onto that first jump and that first triple going into the first turn, unclipped, and she did go off the track, go with the medics, but then I did see her right away, so let's hope that she's okay for tomorrow's race action. But right now, it's about the fastest 16 men in the world, and it's going to be incredible. We had some really good standout runs in that Superfinal and the time trial for the men, which was Mara Strongberg's, who was the fastest rider, so he will be going last, and Mike Day, he was second fastest in the time trial, so he had a good run, as well as someone who's been at the top of the time trial boards the last 2 events, Connor Fields. He qualified 15th. He had a little bit of a bobble on the track, but still to qualify 15th with a small bobble in elite men with over 150 of the world's top male BMX pros on the track is pretty impressive. So we'll see if he's able to take his 3rd round win. He won the first 2 Superfinals, and he's looking to keep a consistency of that top spot. But with the riders such as Mike Day, Twan Von Gent, Mara Strongbergs, it's going to be a tough battle. Other standouts in today's time trial were Joris O'Day, Sam Willoughby, Jimenez, Raymond Vanderbiesen, Ivo Vanderputten, Tyler Ferrero from the United States, Sylvain Andre, Joshua Callan from Australia, Connor Fields, as we said, and then Tori Nyhog from Canada.
All right, here we are on the finish line with Caroline Buchanan. Caroline Buchanan on the finish line here. Caroline, that's 3 time trial wins in 3 outings, a hat trick of wins for you. First time ever in UCI BMX history that's happened. You must be feeling super stoked right now.
Yeah, definitely super stoked. I think I'm more stoked just to be alive and safe. The wind conditions out there are pretty unpredictable, so just glad to be safe. Elise put down a good run. I was trying to aim up for the triple then, but case the second one, so hopefully tomorrow the wind's a bit better, and I think we'll see a lot of girls hitting that triple.
Let's talk about the second straight. You come around that first turn straight into a headwind. That's got to be difficult.
It definitely was. My first time trial, I didn't have a headwind at all, and that one I had a bit more, so I had to really give it some. It's quite technical, but it's good.
Caroline, the course compared to last year, very different.
It's mainly just for the girls. We've got a big first turn now. We don't have our own, and all the lanes are even. There's 8 lanes that are equal instead of 4 now, so that's definitely better. The second straight's a bit more technical for us, and the rest is the same.
Caroline, good luck for the rest of the weekend. We know there's a big race tomorrow. Get home, get some sleep. We look forward to seeing you come out charging tomorrow.
Thank you.
There you have it, Caroline Buchanan. Give her a round of applause, everybody.
And there you got all the scoop from Caroline Buchanan, who was today's winner of the Superfinal time trials for the elite women. As we get ready now for the elite men, you'll see the rundown list right there with Tori Nijhoek will be the first rider to go. And it'll be a barn burner as we have some of the fastest riders in the order that will go sooner. So we'll see if their times are able to hold up for today's Superfinals for the time trials for the elite men. So tomorrow we will have all the race action for you live as well, starting at 1 o'clock with all of tomorrow's race action, 8 at a time, down the big hill. It'll be pretty impressive. But right now it's going to be focused on these elite men for the Superfinal time trial. And first up is going to be Tori Nijhoek, one of the fastest riders in Norway. Didn't have the result to show it as he crashed for a battle for second and third with Liam Phillips from Great Britain. One of the most impressive races for both those riders. Fortunately, they both crashed. 7th and 8th isn't where they wanted to finish up, but they were some of the fastest riders out there. As we get ready, there goes Tori Nijhoek down the ramp. Of course, he's going to have the fastest time, but he's always got one of the fastest times anywhere can be on cork. And you see that style over that triple jump. This is where you'll see the separation between the men and the women as they go to the outside of that second straightaway. Pretty impressive and huge jumps as they go around. And then they have that kink turn jump, a little bit of an S turn as they come out. Come up the step jump, go a long way around, and then they go into their ultra technical third straightaway. Another one of these that any slight mistake or bobble will cost you a win, especially in a Superfinal time trial. As they come around, Tori comes around that last turn. He's got a great time going. He's burning it around as he comes down that last straightaway. First place, 40.82. That's going to be the fastest time set. 15 other riders are going to try to go against it and see where they can wind up in today's race. But right now, he will be in that hot seat. Next up, we're going to have Connor Fields from the United States of America as he's loaded up in that gate for the Superfinal for today. Round number 3, UCI BMX, as you see right there. Connor picks gate number 7 or gate number 3. We'll see how his lap goes around here on the Supercross track. Fastest time, Connor's not always known to have the fastest time at the bottom of the hill, so we'll see how he gets around the rest of the track, but his silky smooth style is noted. The green helmet pops up, so right now he's going to have a little bit faster of a time than Tori. We'll see how Connor negotiates the rest of this track, but he loves, as well as most of the other riders do, love this track. It flows really well, and they really made a lot of different changes, and it just races so much better. The race action is going to be incredible tomorrow. Right now we have an incredible time from Connor Fields. You saw that a full second ahead of Tori Nijhoek. Tori's always known as one of the fastest riders. This guy right here has been the fastest so far this year. No one's able to stop him, and right now he's going to move into that top spot by almost 2 seconds. 38.9. Incredible time for Connor Fields from the United States, doing it for Chase Bicycles as he comes across the line. That was an incredibly blazing fast time, and I believe that's going to be the fastest time on this track to date. But right now we're going to have 14 other riders trying to battle it out with Joshua Callan from Australia, who now has to set his sights on to have an incredible lap to overtake that top spot that's being held right now by Connor Fields from the United States of America. As right here we got Joshua Callan coming around that first turn. No green helmet. He's just going to be off the back just a little bit. But as we said, with that incredibly fast time from Connor Fields, it's going to be tough for anyone to battle it. But we do have the 14 fastest riders in the world that are going to all try to attack that time. And right now, Josh McCown's going to sit in that third place spot off just ever so slightly. But these times, as you'll see, noted at the end, will be incredibly close, and any small bobble will hold a rider from the fastest time. And that's what perfection is with these top riders right now. Joshua's going to be in the second place, but a full 1.6 seconds off the time of Connor Fields.
Tweede tijd dus voor deze man uit Australië. Dat betekent dat de eerste plek dus is nog steeds voor Connor Fields. Met die ongelofelijke tijd daar onder de 39 seconden.
We'll get ready for our next rider up. That's going to be Carlos Oquindo from Colombia. He's going to be your next rider up for today's Superfinal time trial from the Netherlands at the Papendal Olympic Training Center for this stop of the UCI BMX Supercross circuit. As we said, next up is going to be Carlos Oquindo from Colombia as he's loaded in the gate. As Carlos goes around the track, you're going to see his time as he comes out of that first turn. That green helmet doesn't pop up, so we're going to see, didn't have an indicator of his positioning, but he looks to have a pretty incredible and flowing run to go right now. Carlos has been one of the strongest riders from Colombia, and he's always had incredibly quick times. When it gets to the race action is where sometimes, but right there as you see, he's in second place right now. A super fast time for Carlos as he comes around the last turn. We'll see where he stacks up in today's field. Right now he's going to look like to overtake that second place spot, but again off by 0.78 of a second. Connor Fields holds that top spot for today's Superfinal time trial for the elite men. With just 11 riders left, we'll see if anyone's able to touch that time posted by Connor Fields at 38.9, the fastest time. I could believe that could be a course record here, but we'll see how things finish up because we do still have the fastest riders in the world from earlier today in the qualifying rounds in the time trial. Next up is going to be Sylvain Andre from France. One of the most impressive riders. You remember a couple years ago, he had that impressive race in the final in Chula Vista, and that's what a lot of the riders say. This track rides just like it's wide open, big, a lot of passing opportunities once the race action goes, and Sylvain was one of those riders to pass Mark Willers out of that second turn. Then it was all heck broke loose as Mark Willers went down. Nick Long came out of nowhere, passed a whole bunch of riders, and he took the overall victory there. But right now it's about Sylvain Andre and his quest to be the fastest rider. You see he has the fastest speed at the bottom of the hill, but it's the fastest time at the finish line, which will determine today's winner of the Superfinal time trial. Sylvain's got a really flowy style that fits this track perfect. Let's see if he has the power and endurance to go with it. Right now he looks to be pretty smooth going around the track. He's going to be posted as he comes out of this second turn. We'll see where his time sits up. He's second place, 0.37. That's the closest we've seen so far, and he looks to have a perfect run going. So we'll see where he's able to come up as he comes up to this last straightaway. Coming down on the last turn, it's going to be a battle, but he's going to finish second place, 0.385, off that top spot that's being held right now by Connor Fields.
Gets a big hug to the big guy, champ on form this afternoon.
The Olympic team mascot here from the Netherlands just loves to be the ultra super fan, and Sylvain's eating it up. But right now, next up is going to be a sensational run earlier today by Tyler Fierro from the United States of America. As he's loaded in the gate, he's looking to take the top seat away from Connor Fields, and let's see if Tyler's able to do that as he gets ready for his Superfinal time trial here from Papendal as we get ready to finish up this third round. Let's see how his turn is. He has the fastest time at that bottom of the hill, so we'll see if he's able to challenge Connor Fields' run. Right there, really impressive jump into that first turn. We'll see where that puts Tyler. Doesn't have the fastest time coming out of the turn, but there's a lot of track for someone to make it up or to break And as you see right there, that is not going to help your time. You're not going to be able to get the fastest time by rolling that hip jump, but he's still got a pretty good run, a little bit of a hang up there, and I believe he's probably just going to shut it down and roll around the rest of the track here. So unfortunately for Tyler, he's not going to be the fastest rider today, and doesn't matter, like we said, he had the fastest time at the bottom of the ramp. The finish line is where the points are tabulated and the victory is given, and today, unfortunately for Tyler, it's not going to be his day, but he did have an incredible run in the time trial. Very impressive from this young rider from the United States of America. He's going to come around with that 6th place spot, nothing that no one wants, but we have 9 riders left that are going to battle it out for today's top spot in the Superfinal time trial from UCI BMX. 3rd stop of the 2012 season. As we said, this is the last stop of the Supercross Tour before the World Championships and the Olympics. The World Championships will be in 2 weeks in the UK, and that will be the deciding round for some of these riders whether or not they make their Olympic teams. Selection's different for all these other countries. Some countries go by straight points, and so this is and the points are tabulated from these races on the Supercross circuit, and this is an impressive run. We'll see how Ivo van der Putten, a local hero here, is able to do from the Netherlands. 7th fastest time, but like I said, he's got a lot of time on this track, so if he knows any shortcuts and secret lines, he's going to come out right now and he's going to use them all to try to get that top spot, because nothing more than what Ivo likes to do is sit in the top spot overall at the end of the finish. Right there, a little bit of an overjump is definitely going to give him the spook him out a little bit, but still going to could give him that adrenaline rush that he needs to get to that top spot. Right now he's 3rd overall, but it looks like he's going to be a little bit flowy, and he's going to save it all to power out of this last turn. If he's able to challenge that time at all, it's going to come down to these last 2 jumps. It's not going to happen for Ivo today, but he's going to finish 4th overall. But as you saw that scary jump going into the 2nd turn, it's great to see him to be able to finish up the run. But Ivo van der Putten, number 666 from right here in the Netherlands, goes away with unfortunately not taking the top spot, and he's going to leave it up to his countryman. Next up, Raymond van der Biezen, who's going to try to battle that top spot. Raymond is overcoming a pretty severe ankle injury, and talked to him yesterday. He wasn't even able to unclip from his pedals without having to hit on his shoe to get it unclipped, but yet he's going to take to the track and try to best the time of everyone else here and want to have a victory in front of his hometown crowd. We'll see how Raymond's able to fare out as he's on the gate getting ready to do his Superfinal time trial here in Papendal, Netherlands. The gate is down, and it looks like that ankle doesn't even bother him as he has the fastest time, but like we said, we'll see how the rest of the track comes from you. One small bobble on here will eat you up alive and cost you that top spot, and Raymond right now has got a pretty smooth looking run, gets down this 2nd straight area, really impressive, and this is one of those tricky jumps. He has style and grace as he goes through it, and as well as speed as he's going to come out of this 2nd turn. Let's see where he sits in the overall ranking as he comes out through the 2nd straightaway. He's going to be 2nd, 0.28, so that's the closest anyone's been. So right now to the hot seat, we'll see if he's able to make it up as he comes through here. Did that ankle bother him? We don't know, but right now he's got a really good run going, but he's not going to be able to take the top spot. He's going to be 3rd overall as he comes across. Still going to be Connor Fields from the United States of America with that fastest time. As we get ready, we have 8 more riders to go, so we're halfway through the field with Connor Fields in the top spot, 38.9. Do you see that stars and stripes on his left sleeve? That is dictating him as the U.S. National Championship, which he won just a month or 2 ago back in Chula Vista, the day after round number 1 of the UCI Supercross circuit. But right now it's going to be Andre Jimenez from Colombia who's looking to try to take over that top seat. One of the fastest riders to come out of Colombia, number 717, will do his best to become number 1 when his lap is finished at today's Superfinal. The gate is down, and it looks like Andre is going to be 8th quickest at the bottom of the hill, but he's known for a smooth, silky style, and those long legs help him pump and generate a lot of speed on the backside of these jumps, and this track's full of them, so we'll see if he's able to negotiate his way around and get one of the fastest times today. Always known as a stylish rider, smooth right through there, and we'll see how he does when he comes out of this 2nd turn and where he ranks up with today's riders. for the Superfinal. He's going to be 6th fastest, so I don't believe he's going to be able to make up 8/10 of a second as he comes through that 3rd straightaway. So it looks like Connor Fields is safe with one more rider, but let's talk about Andre as he comes through this track. A smooth and strong run. He's going to finish 6th overall. A solid run for Andre, but right there, the most solid run that's happened so far is going to be Connor Fields from the United States of America. He's using a lease post bike to cool down. Looks like he's going to just sit on there and wait for the next 7 riders. But one of the riders up next was the guy that almost took the victory out of Connor's hand in Norway, Sam Willoughby from Australia. Always known to be a threat for a win on these Supercross tracks. We'll see if Sam Willoughby can grab a Coke and a smile and take it to the victory and into the hot seat, or if he's going to be another one that's just going to have to roll on by Connor Fields once again. But right now it's all about Sam as he's concentrating for his run here in the Superfinal. The gate is down and Sam is one of the strongest riders down the hill. 6th fastest time though doesn't indicate that, but Sam's always one that looks to be on edge, and that's where you have to be. And right there, that green helmet indicates he is the fastest rider out of that first turn. So we'll see if he's able to carry that momentum and speed around the rest of the track, because you do need a perfect lap. And unfortunately right there, that is not what you want to have as Sam cases that jump going into the 2nd turn. As we said, you have to ride on edge to be able to be the fastest rider sometimes, and that edge is a very thin line. And unfortunately today for Sam Willoughby, the line is not where he stepped 1 foot over the line, and he doesn't want to be there. We sure hope he's okay, but unfortunately that's going to end Sam Willoughby's quest at the Superfinal time trial. But hopefully he's okay and he's able to move on in the program. But we have our incredible medical staff here, WMI, and they're going to check out Sam to make sure he's okay and move on in today's program. Unfortunately for Sam Willoughby, because he did have an incredible run going. We'll see if any of the next 6 riders are able to beat Connor's time, but right now we just hope that Sam Willoughby's okay and he's able to get back up, get off the track, and be ready to race tomorrow. You can see the overview here. That's from our GoPro point of view camera at the top of the start gate. That's what the rider sees as he's loaded up in the gate on a solo mission around this track for a Superfinal time trial. Just look how impressive this overall venue is here in Papendal on the Olympic Training Center. Just a beautiful, picturesque venue. One of the best stops on the Supercross tour that I've come to for the last 4 or 5 years. As you see right now, Connor Fields is going to sit back and relax as he's clapping, because looks like Sam Willoughby's walking off the track on his own, under his own power, which is incredible to see. That means Sam's doing okay. As we get ready, like we said, with the 6th fastest rider from today's earlier time trial. Unfortunately for Sam, that's not the way he wanted to exit the course. But as we said, we're glad to see him walking off on his own 2 feet. As we get ready right now, it's going to be one of the riders that can cork an incredible run at any time. Your current world champion in the elite men's class, Joris Daudet from France. GT Bicycles mounted on the top of the hill as he gets ready for the gate to drop. Joris is always one that can bring out the fastest way around the track, and we'll see if he's able to do that. Right now, 2nd fastest speed at the bottom of the ramp. And we'll see how Joris is able to get around the rest of this track. As we said, sometimes when you're right on the edge, that's the way you need to get the fastest way around a track. A little bit right here of style over jump, and that's going to cause Joris not to be able to get around that second jump into the 2nd turn the fastest way. So I don't believe he's going to be able to challenge for the lead, but he's still going to attack the rest of the track. 7th fastest with rolling that jump is pretty darn quick. But as we see, as he's coming around, he's one of those riders that's incredibly smooth and calculated around the track, and he's still going to finish up 6th place today's run. Not what he wants, but he got around that track smooth and safe, as he's done for today. Next up will be his countryman, Quentin Clarion, as well from France. He's going to go for the battle to see if he's able to best the time of Connor Fields as he's loaded up in the gate for today's Superfinal time trial. As we get ready to see if Quentin can have that incredible run. These guys had some great runs in their time trials, as you said, and we'll see if they're able to replicate that in today's Superfinal. The wind seems to have picked up just ever so slightly, but it always looks a little bit breezier than it is at the top of the hill. 6th place at the bottom of the hill right now. That's going to be a little bit for him to overcome as he overjumps that jump, but he does have the green helmet, and that's pretty impressive. A little bit of an overjump into there. He gets through the second straightaway pretty smooth so far. We'll see if he's able to get through the rest of the track and have that green helmet pop up once again. That means he's definitely battling for the top spot and the top seat today's overall run as he comes out 10th place. So he definitely had a little bit of a hiccup somewhere along the run, because from fastest to 10th, it's not very far off in those points in that time. But right here, as you see, his overall time is going to put him in 7th. So he just had a little bit of a hiccup down that straightaway from 1st to 10th to 7th. Shows the minor little space there is between 1st and 10th. So as we get ready, we just have 4 riders up, and this next rider has been quite impressive as of late. Germany's not one of the names you usually hear when it comes to top riders on the Supercross circuit, but Louis Berthauer has been one of those riders to take the German name and put it up towards the front. We'll see how he's able to do that in today's Superfinal, if he's able to continue with his incredible runs as of late, and he's in the gate, loaded, ready to take to the course here in Papendal. The gate's down, and we'll see how Lewis is able to get around the track. 9th fastest speed at the bottom of the ramp, but he's been known to have a really good smooth riding style, and that's what you need. And now he's got the power to go along with it. That green helmet pops up, so he does have a really good run going. Let's see if he's able to carry it around the rest of the track, because that's what it's all about on this circuit. It's consistency. A little bit of a hang up there. Let's see if he's able to overcome that as he gets through the rest of the track, looking pretty smooth and looking pretty fast. He moves back to that 4th place spot, so between that first turn and that second turn, he lost 3 places, and see if he's able to make up anything down this last straightaway. Right now, he's going to be a pretty tight battle, and it looks like he's going to come in. He's going to be 4th fastest for the day. So Lewis, another incredible run for that German. But now we just have 3 riders left. 3 incredible riders are the ones to still come. So we'll see if Connor Fields' time from the 15th place qualifier in today's time trial can hold up for the overall win for today. That would make 3 in a row for this young phenom on the Supercross circuit. But up next is one of the most impressive riders from the Netherlands, and it's one of the youngest riders on their squad, Twan van Gent, as he's loaded up in the gate. Just been super impressive, and he trains on this track. So if anyone's going to have a slight advantage and to go with their skill level, it's going to be Twan as he gets ready to hit the course for his Superfinal here in Papendal. The gate's down. We'll see what his speed is at the bottom. He does have the fastest time. A little bit of a hang up though over that first jump is going to battle him, but he still has smooth style. He's overcome it, and he's going to come out of that first turn. No green helmet, but we'll see if anyone's going to be able to make it up around this track. It's going to be Twan. He knows this track like the back of his hands, and he's got the style to prove it. Does he have the speed to go along with it for that overall package? And that's what you need in this elite men's class. As he comes out of that second turn, he's going to be 2nd overall. So will he be able to battle it out? Right now he's got a smooth run going, maybe a slight hang up, but he has power and style. Right there, another little hang up. I don't believe he's going to be able to get the fastest time. He definitely isn't, but 2nd place is as close as you're going to get right now. So as he goes around the track, we have just 2 riders left to battle Connor Fields' time, but what 2 riders they are. I mean, just incredible in their own likes. And as you see the 2nd and 1st place riders, it's 2nd place from the Olympics in 2008. Previous winner on the Supercross circuit in Salt Lake City. But right now, Mike Day wants nothing more to taste the feel the taste of victory as he's loaded in the gate for the Superfinal. Mike Day absolutely loves this track. I just talked to him just before they loaded up for the Superfinals, and he said he feels back to where he was before his injury last couple of years ago when he had back surgery. He's flowing perfectly, so we'll see how things go as he gets those huge legs going down on his GT bike. 15th fastest doesn't indicate anything on Mike Day's overall run because he's a flowy rider, and he takes every bit of this track to gain speed where riders don't even know where it exists. But right there, a little bit of a hang up, that's going to end the quest for Mike Day, unfortunately. So it's going to come down to one rider against another for today's overall time trial. Mike Day definitely didn't want to have that hang up, but again, he wants to get into tomorrow's race action, go head to head, and know where he needs to go, because he also has a barbecue to host tonight, courtesy of Red Bull here on the on the grounds of Papendal. So maybe he's thinking about what he's going to cook for the rest of the fans. But right now he's going to cook a nice little manual down that last straightaway, little pump and run as he's going to get ready for tomorrow's race action. An incredible race from Mike Day today, 13th overall today. Doesn't indicate anything about how he's ridden, but as we get ready, as we said, there's just one more rider to go in today's race, and what a rider that is. It's going to be Maris Strongbergs from Latvia. He's loaded up in the gate, and it's going to be battle to battle. These used to be two teammates on that free agent team, but right now it's going to be the battle between the best in the best of BMX. It's going to be Maris Strongberg trying to overcome the incredibly fast time set by Connor Fields, as he was the second rider to go off in today's Superfinal time trial. And we'll see if Maris, if anyone can do it, Maris is one guy that can always pop off a fast lap. As you see, he did have the fastest lap in today's time trial, loaded in gate 1. He's focused on where he's going to be racing from every lap tomorrow, because he is one of the fastest men in the world right now. Maris Strombergs from Latvia, doing it for free agent Rockstar and Fox, right now wants to do it for himself and take that overall top spot. We'll see if he's able to overcome that fastest lap set by Connor Fields. As the gate is dropped, Maris is third fastest down that first straightaway, and he has a flowy, fast style where a lot of the riders don't understand how quick Maris comes out. And as you see right there, that green helmet means he's got the fastest run going right now. Gets over that second straightaway looking perfect. Let's see how he gets through this section. That was the one that tripped up Sam Willoughby, but didn't do anything to Maris Strombergs, but let him show the world how good of a rider he is. As he comes through here, he's going to be back off a little bit, but if anyone can make up 0.2 seconds, it's going to be Maris Strombergs. We'll see how his incredible, powerful legs carry him down this last straightaway. Will it be enough to beat Connor Fields as he comes across the line? No, it won't. Connor Fields takes 3 Superfinal time trial wins in a row, and he's unbeatable so far in this year's Supercross circuit. As you can see right there, Connor Fields, number 7. Don't let that fool you, folks. Right now, he is the leader of this series, taking all the wins in our Superfinal time trials that we've had so far for the men. Connor Fields from the United States of America, another impressive run for that young man as he takes today's victory in the Superfinal time trials here in Papendal. Stop number 3 of the UCI Supercross circuit. Incredible race action. We saw individual one-on-one riders today, but tomorrow it's going to all come down to 8 in the gate at a time, going head-to-head, and, you know, it's going to be incredible. This event today right here does give riders points, so these overall points, as we said, they're the ones that put the riders in the spot for some of their countries' Olympic selection. And right now, Connor Fields, world ranked number 1 by far, is the leader in the United States race chase for that first pick for the Olympic team. But tomorrow's race will determine where he sits overall. But there you see it. What an incredible run for Connor Fields, as well as these other 7 riders. Maris Stromberg's an incredible run, 2nd place. Twan Von Gent, 3rd place for his fans. Sylvie Andre, 4th. And as you can see, the rest of the riders as they finished up. Unfortunately for Sam Willoughby, he wasn't able to go for that battle head-to-head, but he did get off the track on his own power. But speaking of power, Connor Fields has just been plain incredible this season. 3 races, 3 victories in the Superfinals. So a perfect run, and he also won the first 2 main events. Can he make it 3 wins in a row for 2012? And that would be 4 wins in a row as he won the last event, 2011. I don't know, but the way you're going to be able to find out is be here live with us tomorrow as we show all of the race action from the first moto to the main event live from Papendal in the Netherlands, with myself, Pete Deluski, and the incredible staff here to bring you all the live imagery to show you what the world's top BMXers do on their quest for fame and fortune and a gateway to the Olympic Games, which is just a few short months away. This will be the last stop of the Supercross. Before that, we will have the World Championships in just a few weeks. But right now, it's all about today's Superfinal time trial. And again, same winners from the last round. Caroline Buchanan for the elite women, Connor Fields from the United States of America. And we're going to hear a word from him right now as he's at the finishing area.
So there you have it, Connor Fields, 4 out of 4. Unbelievable. It's the field of dreams. Any time, any place, anywhere. Connor Fields, you must be stoked with that.
Yeah, you know, I'm really excited. It's just a testament to all the team I've built up around me with, you know, my parents and Chase Bicycles, my coach, and USA Cycling all behind me. You know, it makes me feel really confident coming into these events.
Connor, let's just have a talk about the qualification. You were dialing it in on the qualification, came into the fourth straight, and we saw a little front wheel go out. What happened there?
You know, it was really windy, and I came up and I took one too many pedals, and you know, just was holding on for dear life out there. Almost went off the track, but ended up dodging a bullet. I called my coach after, and he was laughing at me, and he told me to go out and try to get top 16 in the Superfinal, and so that was what I was going in there hoping to do.
Let's just talk about the Superfinal. Qualifying 15th fastest. You've been in the hot seat for the last 14. A lot more relaxed coming into the interview process, I'm sure.
I prefer going last so you know what you got. It's really stressful having to sit there and watch everyone and, you know, hope, oh, he bonked, and then you just get a sigh of relief, you know. I hope Sam's all right. He went down pretty hard, and just good to see everyone made it through this beast of a track, you know.
Talking about the track, lots of changes since last year. Those for the better?
I wasn't here last year. I just got knee surgery, but I've heard it's a lot better.
All right, there you have it. Connor Fields, 4 out of 4. Watch this man going into Birmingham.
And there you have it, fans. You got the word straight from Connor Fields as he won. Again, third stop. We'll see. Like I said, tomorrow's race action is going to be incredible as we'll get ready to show you all the live race action right here. So tune in tomorrow. And don't forget, you can tweet in your questions. We have some breaks during the race action at AA Pete. That's me, Pete Deluski. You can send in your questions, and we will get them answered when we have those breaks. But we're going to have some incredible race action, and you're not going to want to miss one moment of it. 1 p.m. is our start time here in Holland for some of the world's fastest riders. They will go head-to-head for the race action and go for glory. Round number 3 of the UCI BMX Supercross circuit, brought to you by Red Bull, Troy Lee Designs, Oakley, GoPro, Liat Braces. As we get ready, we'll get ready as we're just winding things down here. We got a few extra moments for the fans so you can get a view of this incredible Supercross facility. So tomorrow, check back in at 1 p.m. for the finals of the stop number 3 of the UCI BMX Supercross circuit live. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.